joined us here today, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones. Mr. Jones, thanks for stopping by.
Well, I wouldn't have missed it. I want to soak up every nuance of camp, and of course, camp is having you here with fans in San Antonio, and I didn't realize how important camp and sharing the experience is until we didn't have it. And then last year came, we didn't have camp. We had abbreviated type atmosphere in the stands, although we did lead the NFL in a big way in our attendance with right at 30,000 fans a game. But the point is that the Cowboys, to the extent that we do it safely, smart, the Cowboys want to be a leader that says, hey, let's be as much like business usual as we can. Let's get out here. Let's get our team ready. Let's play football. This is the Dallas Cowboys. And consequently, we're one of only 5 teams in the NFL that has qualified to go away to camp. Others wanted to go away to camp, but they didn't have the facilities and didn't have the setup that made everybody comfortable as to the COVID.
So when you look at that, and you bring up a good point, the NFL has implied some fines and threatening forfeitures and those kind of things. Why are they taking those steps?
Well, I think that because of our arrangement with the players, our bargained agreement, then unlike other businesses, you don't just say, well, you either play or you don't get paid. That's not the deal. And so, but you do want to encourage the vaccine. It's in the team's interest to not have to be without key players, or not have to, if you will, lose a lot of players because several people got the COVID that weren't vaccinated. So it is in the best interest of having the games. You can have the best Cowboy team or the best New York Giant team there is, but if you don't have people to play, then you take a little of the pizzazz out of it, just be trite. And so that's what that's all about, and it's a way to encourage everybody to get vaccinated. And that way, the one thing we do know is that we're very pleased with our results last year in terms of nobody getting real sick, players or in the NFL. We were pleased with that. But now with vaccine, we know we can eliminate, really, for all practical purpose, any risk. And that's in the best interest of our season, in the best interest of our teams. And to me, you kind of set aside, if you will, the politics here, and let's do the best interest of getting the Cowboys in a way to win the games.
Speaking of the best interest of the Cowboys, you're getting a lot of guys back, and that's got to make you very happy. And I know you've been happy since you arrived here in Oxnard. We've seen that, but Dak Prescott's back. That offensive line is back. Ezekiel Elliott is back, and it seems more focused than I've ever seen him. That's got to please you when you're sitting up there watching practice.
Oh, it does. There's no doubt that we've got that many excuses for why the Cowboys didn't have a good season last year. But certainly those are valid, and the real world is we didn't have Dak, and the real world is we didn't have good protection for the quarterbacks and for the offense that we had. And there's no question that we were limited on defense. And we've addressed every one of the aspects of what made us a bad team last year. We've addressed every aspect of that, and we've done overkills on every aspect of it. The one thing we've got to have is good health, and we've got that offense in pretty good shape. As a matter of fact, they're a year down the road, and they're better players, in my mind. Over on the defense, we have a different scheme, different, if you will, more competition, better athletes. And so there is a real good chance that we'll improve defensively. You put those two together, and last year we felt real good about it. We've changed some parts of our coaching staff. All of those things I think will help the Cowboys.
No question. The last time, obviously, you've talked a lot about it. You did at the opening press conference about Jimmy Johnson and the championship years then. It's kind of nice to walk down memory lane and think about those, even though you'd like to have some more of those memories here very soon.
Well, it is more than nice. Life changed for me, not because of me, but it changed for me when I got to be a part of the Dallas Cowboys. I just thought I had a little spring in my step. Man, getting to walk out there and be with the Cowboys, that lifted me. Well, when we had that success in those early years, it really lifted us. The facts are that Jimmy and I were together 4.5 years with the Cowboys. We had known each other for 20 years, all during those, and friends. We were together 4.5 years. The things that we got to be a part of, one of them was we got to meet that guy that I sat there and watched practice today named Troy Aikman, and we got to meet him. And all of those things, when you move away from it a little bit, you realize how rare it is to have those kinds of times, and you realize how special they were. And then you get right, and then you appreciate each other for the good things.
Did Troy try to talk some finances with you today?
Well, Troy, first of all, I do listen. Someone said your mouth was moving quite a bit. I was doing a lot more listening than not. But no, Troy, of course, I have the most respect for, understanding our game, understanding the entire NFL and the entire game. And apart from being proud of him as an outstanding broadcaster, and I'm certainly proud of him for what he's given the Dallas Cowboys, I'm proud of what his stature as a broadcaster has given the Cowboys. And that's a big thing. You know, we're going to keep going, and you guys are going to be as important and as well known as the quarterbacks.
When you look back, and this is the final question I'll ask you, on this run with the Dallas Cowboys, did you ever imagine the things that would happen and the things that you'd be able to do with this football team and to make it the football team that it has become?
No, I couldn't have, and I certainly didn't see the picture of the game, the sport, and how it had evolved, and the period of time in our country and the economics that were involved. No, I didn't see that. I wanted somehow, some way, to get involved and just be involved in the football part of it. And then as a club, we would do things, and it worked. And we say, gosh, we can do that again. And it worked. And so all of us, and I got in with guys like Rich Dalrymple, who was just a puppy when we first got together, but seriously, and that's the way it was with my children. They belonged. Their family wasn't involved in football. We all got there at the same time. I was just 20-something years older. Well, as we evolved, saw things that worked and tried things and what have you, and they did work, we was emboldened to do others, and that's how this thing has evolved. And like I told someone earlier today, it's hard to retire. Yeah. When you haven't worked for the last 30 years. All you've done is have fun.
That's awesome. We're having fun too, and we appreciate you letting us come along for the ride. Thank you very much.
It's important that you're here, because that means San Antonio is here. That is important.
Mr. Jones, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. Really appreciate it.
Don't. I can do it without taking the zipper down.
Okay. Well,
now you got to zip it back up. Zippers kick in your ass.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Appreciate it very much.
Oh, good. How long are you going to be out?
We're actually we're out tomorrow, back to San Antonio. Yeah, we've been here
Well, thank you.
about a week or so. Yes, sir. Thank you.